Hi, I'm Sean. My speech is about how to play Madden. Might seem like a stupid concept, but it's a really fun game. And there's a couple things you have to know before getting into Madden. One, the game's going to do what it wants to do. Doesn't matter what you have, what kind of team you have. If the game wants something to happen, it's going to happen because, let's be honest, the game has a lot of glitches and a lot of bugs. But here are some steps that can help you maybe get a win or two. I'm not guaranteeing it every time, but it will definitely help your chances. Number one, you need a good running back. A good running back in this game will do wonders for your team. Even if you have a mediocre offensive line, maybe like 85 at every spot, you have like a 95 plus running back, you'll be able to just run over defenses. You can do whatever you want with a good running back. You can run a halfback dive and get good yards. Especially if you have someone like Dickerson, you can run the stretch and he'll just be too fast for the defenders to get him, and strong enough to just truck a corner if he comes into contact with one. Uh, the Saquon Barkley will just run up the middle because he's so fast that you can't tackle him. Number two, you just run halfback stretch. If you run halfback stretch consistently, it will open so much stuff for your team. You can either just run the stretch like planned, or if the person is run committing because you've run it so many times, you can just audible out and go to a pass, and you can get good yards. And since they're run committing, they won't have anyone back in coverage, and that's at least 50 yards of play right there. Number three, run with your quarterback. If they don't have a QB spy up and you have a fast quarterback with at least 85 speed, you're going to get 15 to 20 yards per run, and that's like really good in this game because that's the difference between the game being over and you winning the game is 15 to 20 yards in Madden 20. Number four, you can run RPO Peak Zone Bubble, and what this play is it's a run pass option play where you can snap the ball and you can either hand it off to your running back who's right next to you, or you can throw it on a swing route to your wide receiver with two blockers on the other side, and those blockers hold. That's a touchdown every time. I have some videos I'll show you demonstrating this, but let me just talk a little more about what I said. So, like I said, you need a good running back. Running backs in this game are the difference between a good team and a bad team. Like if you have a good spot, like you have good players at every other spot, but running back, you're not going to win any games because all you'll be able to do is pass the ball. And once people know that you can't run the ball, they'll just play perfect coverage on you, and you can't do anything else because they're playing perfect coverage, and it doesn't allow for like the running game to get going if you don't have a good running back. Number two, the stretch. What it does is it's the I form formation, and what it does is it takes 11 blockers and it collapses it to one side of the field. So you have 11 blockers, even your quarterback's blocking for one person, and that just leaves your running back with one person to beat, and it's normally like the roaming strong safety. So you can just, especially if you have a strong physical running back like Eric Dickerson, you can just run him over and keep running, and you won't get caught because he has like 99 speed. And number three, if you have a quarterback like Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, Randall Cunningham, or Michael Vick, you have like 90 plus speed, you can just take off with them if they don't have a QB spy, and you're going to get, like I said, 15 to 20 yards per carry with them. And that's really good because it'll frustrate them and it'll make them waste a coverage person on a QB spy, which will leave a wide receiver wide open because there's no one covering him because they had to put a QB spy on your quarterback. Uh, Number four, like I said, just run a RPO Peak Zone Bubble because what it does is it takes one wide receiver from your left side and it brings them around your quarterback. And if the pass isn't there and they're covering it, you can just hand it off to your running back and you can get like 10 yards. But if they're like covering the run really well, you can just swing it out to your wide receiver and get at least 10 to 15 yards per thing. So I have a clip that I want to show that apparently is not going to work, but we'll try it on my uh, Chromebook here. Okay, so the clips don't seem to want to work, but if you want me to, I'll just like send them in, and that'll be that. All right, that was my presentation on how to play Madden. I hope you enjoyed.